Hello, my dear student. Welcome to first B.Sc first sem mathematics class. Today we are discussing the first unit in mathematics B.Sc 1. The syllabus of first unit is matrices and determinants. In matrices, recapitulation of matrices, symmetric and skew symmetric matrices, elementary transformation, rank of matrices, reduction to normal forms, inverse of a matrix by elementary transformation, and solution of system of LE means linear equations. After that, determinants, expansion determinant of fourth order, reciprocal determinants, symmetric and skew symmetric determinants. Now, first we start with recapitulation of matrices. In recapitulation, already studied in PU1 and PU2 matrices. Okay, first suppose we have a set of linear homogeneous equations, For example, 2x plus 3y plus 4z plus 2k equal to 0. This is homogeneous equation. Similarly, 3x plus 4y plus 3z minus 4k equal to 0. Another set of equation. 9x minus 3y minus 5z minus 5k equal to 0. These are three set of linear equations. These linear equations having four different variable, then four different coefficients. If you write these coefficients in order within a closed bracket, we get A equal to if you are writing the coefficient of these variables in order, very important, order means first you write 2, 3, 4, 2. This is first equation, the coefficient. The second equation having the coefficient 3, 4, 3 minus 4. In third equation, 9 minus 3 minus 5 minus 5. We get this type of one system. This is called a rectangular array of closed bracket is known as a matrix. This is called a matrix. This matrix having 3 rows. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 rows and 4 columns. First, second, third and fourth. 4 rows. This is equal to 12 elements. 12 elements. These 12 elements are arranged in rows and columns. This is called as matrix. In general, a ray of a rectangular arrangement of m rows and n columns. Rectangular arrangement of m into n or m by n, arranged in rows and columns, is called matrix of order m into n. You may call as m into n or m by n. It can be represented as A equal to Aij m into n or m by n. I going from 1, 2, 3 dash dash up to how many? M. And j equal to 1, 2, 3 dash dash up to n, means there are m rows and n columns. This can be expanded like this: A equal to A11, A12, A13 dash dash A1n, A21, A22, A23 dash dash A2n. Similarly, how many rows are there? AM1, AM2, AM3 dash dash AMN. This is the notation of matrix. This having m rows and n column. This is regarding recapitulation of definition of matrix. Now let us start the types of matrices. Types of matrices. There are different types of matrices. You are already studied. First one is rectangular matrix, row matrix, column matrix, square matrix, diagonal matrix, skew symmetric matrix, symmetric matrix. Like that, several types of matrices are there. We have to discuss one by one. First one is rectangular matrix. Types of matrices. Types of matrices. The first one is rectangular matrix. Rectangular matrix. Rectangular matrix means the number of rows is not equal to number of columns. Means there is a variation in number of rows and number of columns. For example, A equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. It is the first row. 3, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2 and 1, 1, 0, 2. This is matrix 3 by 4. Rectangular means the number of rows is not equal to number of columns. Means here how many rows are there? There are 3 rows. How many columns are there? 4 columns. Rows not is same as columns. Then this matrix is known as rectangular matrix. The number of rows is not equal to number of columns, then the matrix is called as rectangular matrix. Let us take a definition. In a matrix, number of rows is not equal to number of columns, then the matrix is called what? Rectangular matrix. Are you understand? Rectangular means a matrix having number of rows is not equal to number of columns. For example, A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 0, 2. This matrix of order 3 into 4. After this, the second type of matrix is row matrix. Second one is row matrix. Row matrix means the name says row, only row is there in that matrix. Only a row, A means single row. A matrix having only one row is said to be a row matrix. First I will give the example of that. A is a matrix. Usually matrices are denoted by an English alphabets A, B, C, D like that. A. This matrix having only one row means A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This matrix having only one row, this is the row 1. By how many columns are there in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this matrix is known as row matrix. Definition, if you want, a matrix having only one row, a matrix having only one row is called row matrix. Next, column matrix. Column matrix, the name itself says column, only one column in that matrix. Column matrix. A matrix having only one column, then that matrix we are calling as a column matrix. For example, B equal to A, B, C, D. This is Henry sir, bare 1, 2, 3 barita idri. So I am changing as alphabets. A is equal, B equal to A, B, C, D. How many rows are there here? There are 4 rows. How many columns are there? Only 1. Then this matrix we are calling as column matrix. Let us take definition. If you want definition, a matrix having only one column is called column matrix, CM, null matrix or zero matrix. A matrix whose elements are equal to 0 is called null matrix. It is denoted by, specific, denoted by ಆಗಲೇ ಎ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದೆ, ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಸ್ ಓ, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಓ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. This is a null matrix of order 3 into 4. Square matrix. Square means all the sides are equal. Means a matrix having number of rows is same as number of columns. How many number of rows are there? Same number of columns is present in the matrix, then that matrix we are calling as square matrix. Are you understand this point? Andre columns ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತಾವ, ಕಾಲಮ್ 5 ಇದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರೋಸು ಕೂಡ 5 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ then that matrix we are calling as square matrix. Are you understand? For example, A equal to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. This is 4 into 4. This matrix is known as square matrix. Very important matrix it is. A matrix having same number of rows and columns, then that matrix we are calling as square matrix. A matrix having same number of rows and columns is called square matrix. I understand this point. In this square matrix, the elements A, F, K, P. In the square matrix, the elements A, F, K, P, these are called diagonal. What type of diagonal? This is called as A, F, K, P. A, F, K, P are called principal diagonal elements. ಏನು ಕರೀತಾರಕ್ಕ? Principal diagonal elements. A, F, K, P are known as principal diagonal elements. Very important square matrix ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? A, F, K, P are known as principal diagonal element. One more, the trace of A is equal to The trace means sum of the principal diagonal elements. Trace of A is equal to A plus F plus K plus P is called as trace of matrix A. Diagonal matrix. Next type is diagonal matrix. Diagonal means only diagonal elements are present. The remaining, the other elements are 0. Means it is a square matrix. It is a square matrix whose other elements are 0 except principal diagonal elements. For example, A is a matrix. A is a matrix of order 4 into 4. A 0 0 0, 0 B 0 0, 0 0 C 0, 0 0 0 D. Diagonal means the principal diagonal elements are present, but the other elements are equal to 0. Then this matrix is called as diagonal matrix. A square matrix whose diagonal elements are present, but other elements are 0. If you want definition, in a square matrix, if all elements are 0, definition if you want, in a square matrix, if all the elements are 0 except principal diagonal elements, is called diagonal matrix. Is called diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix means a matrix having only diagonal elements. They are different. A, B, C, D. These are different. And also other elements are 0. Then this matrix is called as diagonal matrix. The next type is scalar matrix. What is that? Scalar matrix. Scalar matrix. Scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix. Scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix. Here the diagonal elements are all equal. The principal diagonal elements are equal. Means, for example, C equal to A 0 0, 0 A 0, 0 0 A. It is 3 into 3. 3 into 3. This is a diagonal element, diagonal matrix, because only principal diagonal elements are present. And these principal diagonal elements are all A. Means it's same. Then this matrix is we are calling as scalar matrix. Are you understand? If you want definition, scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix whose principal diagonal elements are equal. In our example, the principal diagonal elements is equal to A. Then this matrix we are calling as scalar matrix. Another example, if you want, D equal to 1 0 no 1. Let us take 2 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 0 2. This is also an example of scalar matrix. Diagonal matrix. After that, in diagonal, all principal diagonal elements are different. In scalar, all the principal diagonal elements are same. Identity matrix. Matrix. Identity matrix is a square matrix. Square matrix. And it is also a diagonal matrix whose principal diagonal elements are equal to unity or 1. Means this is usually denoted by not A, B, C, D. It is denoted by alphabet I for identity matrix. Identity matrix I equal to 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. This is 4 by 4 diagonal matrix as well as scalar matrix. It is principal diagonal element must be equal to unity. Means identity matrix is a scalar matrix whose principal diagonal elements are equal to unity. Then that matrix is called as identity matrix. Definition. In a matrix, it is a scalar matrix whose principal diagonal elements equal to unity or 1 is known as scalar, is known as identity matrix. Submatrix. Submatrix. Submatrix means one matrix is given, from that you are deleting some rows and some columns, you are getting another matrix from the given matrix. Then that matrix we are calling as submatrix. If you are making one, that is submatrix. If you are making 2 or 3, then those are known as submatrices of a given matrices. A matrix obtained from deleting some rows and some columns from a given matrix, A is called submatrix. What is that? A matrix obtained from deleting some rows and some columns from a given matrix. Given matrix, very important. ಯಾವುದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ ಆ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದ ಕೆಲವು ರೋಸನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಲವು ಕಾಲಮನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸಬ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಎ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ಎ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. This is one 4 by 4 matrix. 4 by 4 matrix. 4 by 4 matrix. In this matrix, if you want to form another matrix by deleting some rows and some columns. For example, you are not like the fourth row and these are two columns. You are leaving some rows, means fourth row and third column and fourth column. You are getting another matrix B equal to A, B, E, F, I, J. This is 3 into 2 matrix. Then B is called as submatrix of A. Submatrix of a given matrix. ಎದರ ಸಬ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಗಿವನ್ ಸಬ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮೊದಲೊಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿಯ ಕೆಲವು ರೋಸು ಕೆಲವು ಕಾಲಮನ್ನು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅನದರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಬ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಬ್ matrices of a given matrix. For example, C equal to, I am deleting like this, A, B, C, E, F, G, I, J, K. What I have done? I am deleting the last row and the last column. Then we are getting only this portion. I created this matrix. This is called as what? Submatrix of a given matrix. Till some other types of matrices are there, we can discuss those matrices in the next class. Thank you.